Rufus Roughcut and Sawtooth in the buzz wagon. Maneuvering for position is the Army Surplus Special. Right behind is the Ant Hill Mob in their bulletproof bomb.
Spider-Man does whatever a spider can. Spins a web any size, catches thieves just like flies. Look out, here comes the Spider-Man. Is he strong? Listen, bud, he's got radioactive blood. Can he swing from a thread? Take a look overhead. Hey there goes the Spider-Man. In the chill of night, at the scene of a crime, like a streak of light, he arrives just in time. Spider-Man, Spider-Man, friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. Wealth and fame, he's ignored. Action is his reward to him. Life is a great big hang-up. Wherever there's a hang-up, you'll find a Spider-Man.
Inspector Baby, I can't wait to know. Believe me, I'll always be there. So I know I love you. I find it hard to see how you feel about me. 'Cause I don't understand you. Oh, you are yet to learn how to speak. When we first met, I will never forget. 'Cause even though I didn't know you yet, we were bound together then and forever. And I could never let you go. I can't wait to know. What do you think about things? Believe me, I will always be there, so you can tell me anything and I'll listen. There isn't anywhere that I would rather be. Three birds of a feather. I just hope you enjoy our company. It's been some time and though hard to define, as if the stars have started to align. We are bound together now and forever, and I will never let you go. Believe me, I will always be there, so you can tell me anything and I'll listen. I might even know what to say, but either way, at least
Expect to catch it.
Welcome to Witty Wednesday. Please welcome to the screen your rep and host, John Cooper.
Good evening. Good evening, you lovely people. You were expecting someone else? No, of course you weren't. You were expecting me. Welcome to Wiki Wacky Witty Wednesdays, the ComedySportz Wednesday show with me, your ref for this show, John Cooper. I'm going to have a look and see who's in the chat in a minute. If you've just tuned into this for the first time, let me tell you, you're in for an hour of fun. ComedySportz is an hour-long show where we will have two teams, a red team and a blue team. They will be competing for your laughs and your fun, and I will be asking for your suggestions in our YouTube channel, which you should be on now watching us, because that's where you're at. And I'm staring into a camera, into that camera, and out into your front room, PC, laptop, mobile device, whatever, to give you an hour of entertainment with the ComedySportz team. So, within this game, which is an hour long and is family friendly, we have a couple of fouls. Like any sport, which ComedySportz is, we have two fouls. We have the bag foul and the groaner foul. Now, because this is the show for everyone, and I mean everyone, we don't have any rude stuff happening. Anything rude, crude, or lascivious. I've never used that word in public polite society, so I really don't know what it means, but no rude stuff. If any of that does happen to slip out during the course of the match, and it rarely does, honest, it rarely does, that player will have to wear a bag upon their heads of the paper variety for the entirety of the rest of that game or show, depending on how cruel I'm being towards them. This foul can also be given to you, the audience. If you put anything in the chat that is a little bit not what we want, then you will be asked to do that as well, and we'll come round and check to make sure you've done that. We probably won't do that, but I'm suggesting that we might. The second foul is the groaner foul. Now, a groaner foul is the sound that someone makes when a really poor joke has been told. So if you hear a joke and your immediate reaction is just go, like the sound of air escaping from an astronaut's helmet as he floats off into the dark abyss of space, then that's a groaner foul. Let's have a good example of a groaner foul from our tech person today, the wonderful, the amazing Felix. Hello, Felix!
Oh my gosh, I'll do this job for you again, John.
You will, Felix, and your amazing groaner fouls.
Thank you. Right.
Now, do you have an example of a groaner foul for us?
Oh, yes, I do. Hey, Ref John.
Yes?
Where did Noah keep all the old bees?
I don't know. Where did
the
Noah...
archive. I cut you off and it was funny.
Brilliant. That, I can hear a bagpipe deflating as we speak. Okay, so without further ado, I could witter on all day, but I'm not going to, because we need to get the two teams on. We need to get the red team and the blue team on. Felix, can you get the teams onto the field, please?
Certainly can. Let's meet your blue team today. It's Rob Hudson and the captain, Lucas Kirkby. Welcome, blue team. Let's see the red team. We've got Kate McCabe with Sean Mason. Let's welcome back John Cooper. Alfred is also here.
I'm getting some terrible double clicking on my video, but hey, that's my problem, not yours, and that's technology for you. Okay.
There might be a predator like of the alien kind in your house,
Keep an
John.
eye out for 3 red dots.
Yeah, just look out.
Someone did say Danny Boy the other day, and I didn't know who it was. That could be it. There's no one called Danny Boy lives in my house. Maybe that was the predator. Okay, for that A-team certificate joke, we've got our red team and we've got our blue team, and in order to decide who's going to play the very first game of today's show, I need to issue a ref challenge. Now, that ref challenge is something that hasn't been prepared by me because I've been so nervous about reffing the show that I haven't had time to prepare it. So, I'm going to think of... I'm going to think of a type of air-based vehicle, and captains, you have to guess what it is. Rob? Sorry, Lucas?
A hot air balloon.
I agree.
Sean?
A hovercraft.
I was going to say helicopter, but you're the captain.
Oh, it was helicopter.
Ah!
The red team win by way of by the way of breaching the rules of the game by Kate answering the question without actually being the captain. Rob agreed with Lucas and had the same thing, whereas
I did.
Kate went against what Sean suggested.
Well, that's because ours is a democratic team where all voices are equal and everyone is heard.
Well, I think
We are a totalitarian society.
Yeah.
We've learned something. So, red team, Sean, what would you like to start with?
Well, I'd like to start with what you're doing.
What you doing? Okay, let's have a game of what are you doing. In the game of what are you doing, I will ask for your suggestions in the chat. If you see my eyes go over here, that's because I've got a second screen. It's not that I'm ignoring you people out there on YouTube land. It's in order to see the suggestions, I have to do that, to go and have a look. Hello in the chat. Let's see who we've got. We've got Rob Cat. Don't be nervous, John. You're a natural. Thank you very much. I like to think so, most wholeheartedly. We've got Rob Cat Music. Kate is taking over the red team. Well, technically, yes. We've got Mike Couth. Hi, Mike Couth. How are you? Good to see you, Mike Couth. Cat Munn. Ask Kate to tap dance. That might be something that will happen later on. Hello, Mrs. Kirkby from Beth Donald, and hello, Beth Donald from me, not Mrs. Kirkby. Wonderful. Okay, so the game of what are you doing? I'm going to ask you in the chat that I've just introduced, that I've just done the things out of order with, because I should have come to that before I introduced the teams on, but never mind. And relax. What I'd like you to put in the chat for the game of what you're doing are some initials, please. Initials and rhyming words. So if you can put the initials being the first letter of your first name and the first letter of your second name, in case you weren't sure what that was. I'll go into the chat and have a look, and we'll have some rhyming words, and then what's going to happen is a player from each team will come up, one player will start. Let's have an example. We'll have an example with Mike Couth's initials. So if the Mike Couth, MK, Rob, if MK was the suggestion.
Okay.
Yeah.
Rob,
Sean,
what are you
that's
doing?
Rob.
Making Kellogg's.
And then Sean would have to make some Kellogg's, whatever that means, and at some point Rob will say...
A little bit of rice, a little bit of crackle, and a little bit of pop.
Hold on, before you do Mambo number 5, what are you doing?
Melting kites.
And that's how the game works.
Come
Rob will
here,
have some-
Mary Poppins, I'm going to put you in a pot.
Okay, but that was just the example, so you're not getting a point for that one just yet.
Oh, what? Oh.
The points are allotted based on, if I decide to doing this properly, they're out, and the other team get a point, and then they rotate with the other team members coming in, and then the points are allotted on that basis.
Okay.
You'll work it out. It's easy enough to work out. I've been playing this 15 years, and I've just about worked it out. Okay, let's have a look. We've got, in the chat, hey J Rambo. J Rambo's in the house. Martina Herslick has got A, B. So, let's have Sean to start with A, B.
Okay. Sean, what are you doing?
Annoying Baldwins.
Listen, Mike, Adam, Alec, you're all terrible.
Rob, what are you doing?
Slap, slap. Aiming badly.
I am Robin Hood, the greatest archer. Oh.
Ah,
no.
What are you doing?
Always behaving.
That's me, miss. I'm just so lovely and smiley all the time, and I
Rob-
never do.
That's not behaving. That's being too suggestive. I'm sorry. Let's rotate Rob out and bring Lucas in. And we have the next suggestion, which is UK from J Rambo. So Lucas to start with UK.
Lucas, what are you doing?
I'm an uncle, kidder.
Hey! All right, kidder. I'm your uncle. Only kidding. I'm not. I'm not. No.
What are you doing?
Unbelievably killing.
Can't believe I'm doing this. It's not like me. I don't know where this is coming from, this behaviour.
Lucas, what are you doing?
I'm ugly but kind.
I mean, you shouldn't be so hard on you. Shouldn't be so hard on yourself, Lucas. I think you're very handsome.
He's very handsome. I mean, I should have called out Sean for unbelievably killing, but I thought I'd let that one
But
go.
you didn't.
But I didn't, no. So we've got Kate in. Let's go for a rhyming word, seeing as how we've run out of initials already. Okay, let's have let's have E.A. Hudson's Man. Man. And Kate to start with Man.
What are you doing?
Being your biggest fan.
Oh, I love you. I've seen all your movies, all your TV shows, and I've even got all of your DVDs in my collection.
What are you doing, Lucas?
I'm making a band.
Hey, whatever you're doing, I'm going to put it into law that you got to stop it. You understand? Sign this petition, and we're going to ban your personal activities and make it a ban.
Hey, what are you doing?
Imitating Jackie Chan.
I'm gonna get you.
What are you
with my
doing?
Moves.
Sorry, Lucas, you failed to use a prop such as a ladder or household item to perform the stunt with, which would have been classic Jackie Chan.
A paint can.
Jackie! Yeah.
Okay, let's have one more round. Bring in your best players, and we'll pick another set of initials.
She's already on the screen.
Oh, Sean, helicopter me out of here.
You on, Rob?
I thought you said the
Okay.
best one. All right.
Oh, we've got Brian Sebi in, and Brian. Hello, Brian.
Brian's here.
Brian is here. He's in the chat and he's watching now.
Chili Parmesan.
FS is your suggestion, and it's Rob to start with FS.
Hey, Rob, what are you doing?
Falling slowly.
I'm going off a cliff.
What are you doing?
Fighting silently. Yeah, why don't you tell it to my face, pal? Okay, what are you doing?
Filling Simon.
Okay, Simon, you've missed so much of the film while you were out at the toilet. I gotta tell you what happened to the
Tell me in a minute.
Ghostbusters.
Tell me in a minute. What are you
Okay.
doing?
Faking Spanish.
I can tell Barcelona.
Sorry, Rob, I understood that perfectly.
Oh,
so I'm afraid
they are a good team.
Yeah, that was perfect Spanish. So I'm afraid you're out on that. Okay,
El
that's
Greco.
that is the end of What Are You Doing? And that was what they were doing. So who rotated the least? Who was better in? Felix, are you there?
I am. I'm ready. The red team scored 3 points so far, while the blue team are languishing behind on 1.
Languishing.
Yes.
Sacre bleu.
Languishing. There's your word of the day. Languishing. Language. So, the red team were the winners of that game, and Rob nearly fell off his chair with me using 3 syllables at the same time.
I just languished
okay.
a bit too much.
Captain Sean, you have won that first round, so you get to decide whether you want to play or pass.
Well, I think we're going to play.
Okay, good. Rest on your boutiques, blue team. And what would you like to play?
Well, I love playing with Kate. Time after time it's always been a great time. So let's play time after time.
If you love, then you're there, then you will find me.
Time after time.
I don't know how that thing starts. I just know the words to the chorus. Okay, in the game of time after time, audience out there in YouTube land, I would like to have some periods from history, please. Eras, epochs, historical times. So, I don't know, medieval, Elizabethan, stuff like that. I don't know. Use your imagination, get creative. And what is going to happen is we will start scene between Kate and Sean, and then at any point I can blow my whistle, and like the White Guardian from Doctor Who that you all know, I can just shuffle the universe and put them both in a very different time and space, and they have to continue the scene within that time context. So
that's a niche reference. That's
a very niche reference. I mean, I could have used like more obvious Doctor Who based references, but
I think it's a nice reference.
Yeah.
it's for the hardcore. Okay, let's see what we've got. Oh, we've got some nice suggestions. That's quite a few coming in there. Nice one, J Ramble. That was a good one. Do you need a base suggestion for your scene?
Sure. You could probably grab it from the rhyming words if there's any left over.
Let me have a look at the rhyming words. There's rhyming words left over.
Yeah, there's always spare rhyming words.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. I'm gonna give you what Rob Cat Music's typed, which I don't know if it was a suggestion or if it was a reaction. He's typed the word slap, slap, slap in the chat. So you can do with that what you wish as your initial suggestion, and I will tweet in with different time zones for you. So slap, slap, slap is your suggestion.
Oh, well, it looks like we've both challenged each other to a duel.
Well, I am offended.
I am also offended, Horatio, which is why I slapped you with a glove.
And that's why I slapped you, Ignatius.
Well, for once, we agree then, good sir.
We agree to disagree.
Jurassic.
So, it'll be velociraptors at dawn.
Right, I take my dinosaur, Horatio, and I'll take your girlfriend back to my cave, is what happened here today.
You can't see me if I don't move.
Oh, really? This also, according to the Bible, is maybe how it happened. Dinosaurs, caveman, same time.
The miners' strike.
Right. Well, right, you scab. Right. I challenge it to duel. Because I've got nothing else to do.
Look here. Only one of us voted for that milk-stealing lady, and it weren't me.
Well, it weren't me. It weren't me. I forgot to vote.
Wait a second. You didn't vote for her, and I didn't vote. Well, wait a second. Maybe we don't need to fight at all.
Oh.
The French Revolution.
Well, maybe we do not fight. No, we fight. We fight.
Perhaps we are going to fight.
We fight them on the barricades.
Then perhaps there's songs that we should sing about it.
Can you hear the people cry? Sing the songs of angry men.
Sing the songs of angry men.
The Big Bang. And scene. Wonderful.
It knocked my beret off, the Big Bang.
Yeah.
The French Revolution followed by the Big Bang is a perfect way to observe history, I find. Okay, good work, Red Team. That was a wonderful, wonderful game of Time After Time.
Thanks, Rough John. You're doing a great job. Bye.
Thank you. Let's see what the blue team are going to combat that with in the first round of games. Captain Lucas, you did quite well there. What are you going to combat that with?
Oh, it's going to be tough, but we shall try our best with public information film.
Oh, lovely.
Public information film. For this, we will need the assistance of Mr. Felix. Are you there, Mr. Felix?
Mr. Felix. I'm here.
Wonderful. Do we have a public information film lined up?
We do. We'll just need a title for it.
Yes. In the game of public information film, the blue team are going to narrate over an oldie schooly public information film. The kind of thing you might see if you watch Talking Pictures TV on Freeview Channel 778, which only very few people do watch because it's quite niche, but I love it. It's an old school thing, and they're going to put a modern twist on it. So give me your suggestion of something you would want to watch an information film about. Get as creative as you like with your suggestions in the chat. Things that you would want to watch and information. Something you'd want to know more about. Something interesting.
What about... Oh, not us. Right, I'm sorry.
Well, yeah, you are interesting, Rob. Definitely, you are interesting.
I was good. Okay, not as a suggestion. Right, okay, I'll...
Yeah, the suggestion... Well, I mean, you know, after the show, we can talk to each other about ourselves, if you'd like that. Oh, awesome, Mike Cowth. Thank you very much. Andre BR 87. Andre B7. Andre B7. Nice to meet you. That's good.
I've been there.
Justine. I think we've got a winner. We've got a winner. We have from Justine M. Your suggestion is cooking cabbage. Cooking cabbage.
Here we have a small boy in an enormous cabbage plant. He doesn't want to eat it for his tea, but it looks like he'll have to boil it up soon with himself inside it.
Yes, Mummy and Daddy have called the fire brigade. They're on hand just in case he messes this up royally.
There we go. Here comes the older brother following an enormous long series of cabbages that he has brought with him, and there's a very small four-legged cabbage.
There's Mummy, along with the two police officers, telling him off for not picking the opportunistic cabbages that were available en route.
And there we have the aftermath of the cabbages. They're being washed. Sorry, Mum, I ate too much cabbage, says the small boy.
Now, if you have done this, you have to climb the mountain of naughtiness and sit there until you are forgiven. Here the boy is up there, and as you can see, he is feeling very, very remorseful.
That's right, and now footballs are going to be thrown at the children as punishment for not eating enough cabbage. There we are. They're very good at responding, but one of these days, one will hit them right in the nose.
Now, here he is reading a recipe book all about how to cook the cabbage. Now, the best way is to put it into the steam engine of a train and steam that cabbage up good.
Ooh, thoroughly boiled until it's soggy and wet. That's right. The best kind of cabbage. Very, very healthy as long as it's been put in the King George V engine.
Now, what about the seasoning, you may ask? Well, you need to get bits of train and add it into the boiling pot.
That's right. All the way to Coventry. Take these various different trains, and when they point their noses into the bowls, you'll be able... Ah! A warning! Red light. Make sure you don't put too much in.
Now, the people at NASA will try to get involved with stopping you from making the perfect cabbage recipe, but all I can say is get on that fantastic new H2 train that takes half an hour less to get to London, and you'll soon escape those lovely NASA boys.
Completely worth it, Reginald. Now we can see the cabbage-laden countryside here, enormous cabbages strewn everywhere, entering the cabbage tunnel.
Yes, now the cabbage tunnel is a very important part. Now, don't forget to tie your shoelaces together so you don't lose one shoe, and tell your mother where you're going, and then she'll go back to her dungarees.
And scene, yes, that's tell your mother, and be careful of the mountain of naughtiness, which is what you make when you eat too much cabbage. Wonderful. I really enjoyed that, guys. That was wonderful. Let's have the red team back on.
I'm hungry.
There we go. Now, you folks out there, watching this live as it's happening right now, as it's happening live, you need to tell us which team you thought did best. Was it the blue team or the red team? Was it the blue team with Time After Time? They didn't do Time After Time. It was the red team with Time After Time or the blue team with Public Information Film. Stick it in the chat and with blue team and red team, and we'll work out who did the best.
Unless they did think Public Information Film was better, in which case the red team played it and we'll have the points.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Yeah. Is that okay? Is that how this is
I'm
going to
ask my king in my monarchy here. What do you think, Lucas?
Red.
I think I shall just have
blue,
lots of ladies and eat food.
Blue.
All right,
blue.
Sire.
I'm going to
I'm gonna
count
eat
10.
some trains like I'm in a Debbie Harry rap. Eating cars and eating bars.
Brian Sebi used to work at a science research lab, and he's explained how decommissioned accelerators work. That's if we're
Brian
not laughing,
Sebi
we're
is the
learning.
gift that keeps on giving.
Good
I
to
tell you
know.
what.
Well, I'm seeing lots of red and lots of blue, but I think if Felix is there, I think you'll agree who won that. I think that's a win for the blue team.
Excellent. That means that the Blues are no longer languishing, with 3 points to the Reds and 6 to the Blues.
Very
Yes.
well.
I didn't say how much by, but hey, that's points. Just points. Points. How many's irrelevant? Just points. Okay, so with that, the blue team are in the lead now.
Yes.
So,
Enjoy your time in the sun, Blues.
however brief it may be.
Okay, right. I feel like there's a little bit of chattiness going on between players. That's what I'm feeling. Blue team are quite nice and respectful, whereas the red team have been a little bit overly chatty, I think. So, Captain Lucas,
No, we haven't.
Captain Lucas, what would you like to play?
We would like to capitalise on our victory, follow the momentum, and we'd like to play New Voice.
New voice. Brilliant. New voice. Well, okay. I need some more suggestions from the chat then for new voice. Can you guess the kind of suggestions that I'm after by the name of the game? It's not rocket science. I'm sure you can guess. What I want is some impressions, accents. Get quite creative. In this game, we're going to have a scene and the both players are going to just start talking as they would, and then at any point I can go like, Lucas, new voice, and Lucas will have to change his voice into something that I give him, or I might leave it open to Lucas's wild and crazy imagination, or Rob's equally wild and crazy older imagination.
Thanks for that, John.
Only slightly. It's not the oldest imagination.
It's enough.
That's fine. Let's
Cut
see
me in half and count the rings.
of a tree. Like a grand old oak is Rob. Okay, brilliant. Wonderful suggestions coming in. Okay, yes. Thanks, Neil. Thanks, Brian. Thanks, Beth.
Oh.
Yeah, you've got loads of good stuff. Okay, well, I'm going to give you an initial starting suggestion of based on what Cats is. Helium Factory is your suggestion, and that's what I'm going to let you start with. Helium Factory. This is the game of New Voice.
I will not be spoken to in that tone.
Listen, the next time you come in to this office will be the last time. I do not want any more complaints, okay?
Look, I work damned hard in that helium factory, and do I get a raise after all these years? No.
Lucas, Darth Vader.
You were foolish not to give me the raise, Obi-Wan.
Well, as your teacher, I thought it might not be the best idea. I mean, look what's come of you. If I'd have given you a raise, you'd have raised yourself all the way to Emperor level.
I shall stop impersonating my breathing.
Rob, David Attenborough.
Well, if I had have took the mickey out of your breathing, that would have been just like the rare pink gibbon of Madagascar, which you can see here just behind Darth Vader.
Yes, pink gibbon is one of the colours of balloons that we do, as well as red octopus and blue whale.
Now,
Rob, voiceover guy from movie trailers. Lucas, Steve Wright in the afternoon.
the thing is, working in this factory is not your forte, and you, being the hero, should know that.
That's right, it's not my forte, and we'll be coming back at 3:40, where I will again be asking for a raise and whether I need to be doing too many balloons than I am currently making. And here's Cher with one of her songs.
Coming soon, rated 15, one of Cher's songs.
I'm sorry, we've got a caller. Hello.
Hi, it's Keith from the shop floor. I'd just like to point out there's a lot of helium and it's escaping, and it's really starting to affect the workers.
In a world where lots of helium suddenly escaped and affected all of the workers, only one man could solve it.
It's
That's
also
right,
a severe fire risk.
Steve
All right,
Wright and his posse.
Anything of your own choosing, Lucas and Rob.
I will not make any of the green ones anymore unless you raise my salary.
Salary raise you say? I do that I cannot. If more money I give you, no money will be in factory.
There must be room in the budget for me.
Budget, no room for you. Go, problem solved on factory floor. About to blow up it is.
I shall see if anybody on my team can be made redundant.
Not a time for downsizing this is. Emergency this is.
But we must make the cuts, and not to the balloon strings.
Blow up the factory is about to do. Solve problem you must. Solve problem.
We must evacuate.
Toddlers both.
Because because if we don't evacuate, then we'll get exploded.
Exploded.
Yeah. It's not funny.
And scene. It would be funny watching a helium factory explode. It would be hilarious in the confines of fiction, not reality. Nice work, Blue Team. That was a cracking game. Let's have the red team back. Hello, well-behaved red team.
We're doing great. Thanks for asking.
Cool. Captain Sean, how would you like... That was rather good what they did. I particularly enjoyed that.
It was good. It was good.
What are you going to bring? What are you going to bring to the table, to the field?
Maybe we need to change a cast to catch up. I think we're going to have to play self-tape.
Self-tape. One of my favorites. Brilliant. Self-tape. Okay, in the game of self-tape, the suggestions I will need from you, the lovely audience, are some characters from movies, well-known, famous characters from movies, TV, books, fictional characters, and also a movie itself. So that's famous fictional characters and a movie. Because in the game of self-tape, I get to kind of take part a little bit. I'm going to be like a casting director of a movie, and I'm going to get to play the audition tapes of these famous fictional characters who are auditioning for this movie. So we'll see who they are. Let's have a look and see who we've got in these suggestions of fictional characters. They're coming into the chat now. It's a good enough time to remind you that this is a free show. It's free to watch. It's free to be entertained by. It's not necessarily free to put on because we all kind of give our time a little bit. Well, some of us a little bit, some of us a little bit more. So we would love it if you could donate. We're not saying you have to. It's just a nice thing to do if you are in a position where you can. If you're feeling entertained, if you've watched us, we've been streaming these shows for over a year now, and it looks like we're going to be streaming them semi-regularly for the rest of infinity until we all turn to dust. So if you want to partake in that wonderful endeavour of donating, I'll ask Comedy Manchester to stick the link in the chat where you can appreciate us on a fiscal level, let me say. That's the best way I can put it. Okay, so we've got some wonderful suggestions. Let's see. Okay, so Captain Sean, I am going to give you the character of Drop Dead Fred.
Drop Dead Fred. Okay.
Do you know who Drop Dead Fred is?
I know who it is.
Cool.
I've
Okay.
not seen. I mean, he's a fictional character. Okay.
It was either that or Alan Partridge, but I think Drop Dead Fred's a better one. Justine, I would pick Marge Simpson, but we have that loads, and Darlow's not playing today. So, Kate, I'm going to give you the character of... thanks, Justine. That's brilliant. You're the Godfather.
Okay.
So, we have our characters, so we need a movie for them to... Oh, Justine, I think that was your suggestion of a movie. It wasn't, it's the character we've taken. So, we're having a movie now that they are going to be auditioning for. Let's have a look. Oh, there's loads of good suggestions. But I'm going to pick Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, because that's been remade several times, but I don't think it's ever really hit the nail on the head in success. I think they really need to cast outside the box. So if we had a version of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles that instead of featuring turtles had Drop Dead Fred and the Godfather in it, that's the film. That's the hit. That's the movie that we're going to make. Okay, so for the game of self-tape, let's have that bit where the turtles, for the first time, meet Splinter, their sensei, the rat, who will train them to become the warrior turtles that they are. Let's hear from Drop Dead Fred first. If Drop Dead Fred is there.
Hello, Snotface. Look, I'm here, and I'm ready to train. I'm ready to train. What? Look, they can't see me. I'm invisible. Yeah, that's what makes me a great ninja. I'm a figment of your imagination.
Yeah, genius. And let's go to the Godfather for that opening scene.
Come to me, my sons, my 4 sons. Raphael, Leonardo, Donatello, Michelangelo, come to me, my sons. I am gonna make you an offer you cannot refuse. That's right. I am gonna train you 4 terrapins in the ancient wisdom of the ninja.
Brilliant. That works. That's a good fit. It's a good fit. Okay, so later on in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles film, obviously they come up against not Splinter, but Shredder. Shredder being the arch enemy of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, who is that guy who's got like a big metal mask on his head and a helmet and then big kind of thing, and they kind of have a bit of a fight. So it's kind of maybe it's the face-off before the fight with Shredder. Let's hear from the Godfather.
My sons, I need you to remember this as you go up against the Shredder. No one disrespects our clan, especially not the Foot Clan. And what I want you to remember, my 4 beautiful babies, my turtles, my beloved turtles, is that revenge is a dish best served cold.
Brilliant. That's method acting, hardcore method acting. Let's see from Drop Dead Fred for that second scene, about to face off against Splinter.
Right, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to get a frying pan and I'm going to hit them in the head. Yeah, I'm going to bebop them in the head. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Yeah.
Brilliant. Okay, that's this is working. This is working better than I ever thought it would. So, at the end of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie, what happens? Well, it's kind of inevitable. It's like the He-Man monologue at the end of a He-Man episode, except that they don't do monologues. They just sit round and eat pizza and have incredible wisecrackery with one another about who is the coolest. So let's see that wisecracking pizza eating camaraderie scene that's at the end of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. Let's go to Drop Dead Fred first.
I can't eat pizza. I'm imaginary.
Yep, short and sweet. Meanwhile, over in Godfather Land,
My sons! My beautiful sons! I can't believe you killed Donatello! He was my favorite one! The most beautiful boy that had ever been! I swear revenge! Oh, look, pizza! You got it with sausage, that's my favorite! It's got the fat, this is delicious! What a party! You come here on the day of my daughter's wedding! The horror! The horror!
I think that might have been April O'Neil getting married there. We never see that in the previous version of the Turtles, so that was good. Okay, that was the game of self-tape. Let's have all the teams back on screen, please.
I like
audience.
Ninja Turtles.
I enjoyed that.
I'll be honest. I've not actually seen Drop Dead Fred. I know I've had the Blu-ray for like 2 years, and I've still not got around to watching.
If you know it's Rick Mail, you know enough.
Yeah, I know there's a magic.
Ron has said in the chat that was a bit more like Rod Hull, but I'll stand by the fact that it wasn't.
All of
probably
these
met at a party somewhere.
All of these references are a real hit with the kids in the audience tonight.
Rick Mail should be a hit with the kids.
They're in the chat, so they're valid. It's not like that.
Both gone too soon.
I've only pulled up one 1980s reference and one 1970s reference in this entire show. That's not bad for me. So, yeah, Donatello was the best turtle.
The kids love Mario Puzo books.
Yeah, hey, it's the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is Godfather. We're fine. Okay, right.
That's why it's a show for all ages.
It is a show for all ages, and it's time to find out who won that round. So, people in the chat, Joan's already on top of it. She's voting for the red team. What's everyone else going to vote for? If you're in the chat, vote now. Was it the red team with self-tape, or was it the blue team with new voice? Stick it in the chat. Press those buttons, type those colours into the chat, and let us know. Susan Kirkby has typed in blue. I wonder why. That's Lucas's mum. Justine's gone red.
She?
Bron has just typed the word Rod Hull again.
I think she meant Red Hull.
Okay, so blue, red, blue, red, blue, red, red, red. It's close. It's very close. Blue. I think that's a red team win.
Ow!
And don't forget to vote tomorrow if you're in the UK.
Yes, May the 6th. Go and vote for the person
blue,
who would
red,
like to
blue,
be
red.
The mayor of Manchester. Okay, Felix, please tell me what that brings the scores to.
Going into our final round, the red team have 8 points while the blue team have 6. So there.
Ooh, brilliant. Lovely stuff. Never let it be said that I don't bring a show in on time. We're racing ahead.
Man after my own heart. We all know I eat at 8:15.
Yeah. So, red team won that.
But we have so many notes.
Good. We have so many notes that we can probably fill a show with them. What have I missed?
Let's start now.
So, red team, what would you like to play for the final round?
Well, you know what? Self-tape's got me thinking about how cinemas are opening soon and theatres are opening soon, and you can go see ComedySportz at the end of the month. But before that, cinemas are opening, and I hope I get to see some good movies. But for now, Let's play bad movie.
Ooh.
I loved how you seeded that in. It was almost like you knew where you were going and you'd prepared that statement.
No, it was entirely improvised.
I know that. You're a pro. Okay, wow, Lucas's camera's gone a bit funny for a minute. Okay, get yourselves ready for a game of bad movie. The way that this game works is I'm going to ask you in the chat for some suggestions. Suggestions of anything, just kind of suggestions for bad movie or any occupations that people have. So doctor, dentist, anything like that, and then the players will walk forward. It's what the Americans call a jump out game, but we call it walk forward for no reason other than the cultures are different. And each player will come forward. So if, for example, it was a teacher, if, for example, it was a teacher, one of the suggestions, the player would come forward and say, I know a really bad movie about teachers, at which point I'll say, how bad was it? And then punchline that somebody else will come up with. So let's have a look and see what we've got.
Just in case people were now doubting this show was improvised, that's just proof that it is.
You're right. You see what happened there?
All right. We'll still come in on time.
All I tried to do there was put one of my thoughts on top of another, and to be honest, me keeping focus for a whole hour is like asking anyone to...
I get it, pal.
And I'm back. So, suggestion is Undertaker.
Oh.
Rob?
I saw a movie about an Undertaker that was so bad.
How bad was it?
Well, it wasn't very deep. Down.
Nice. Kate?
I saw a movie about Undertakers that was so bad.
How bad was it?
Oh, I can't believe they cremated
it. Lucas?
I saw a really bad movie about Undertakers the other day.
How bad was it?
Well, I couldn't concentrate. Someone was coughing behind me the whole time.
Whoa. And Sean?
I saw a really bad movie about Undertakers the other day.
How bad was it?
Oh, it was awful. I couldn't bear it.
Brilliant. One thing I didn't mention is that throughout this game, Felix is wonderfully taking the scores to see who's walking forward the most, and so that we'll know who's done that the most at the end of this. So let's have another suggestion. Suggestion is drummer. Kate?
I saw a really bad movie about drummers the other day.
How bad was it?
Well, let's just say I was not ensnared by the plot.
Lucas?
I saw a really bad movie about a drummer the other day.
How bad was it?
I couldn't see the screen. It was blocked by a man wearing a really high hat.
Sean?
I saw a really bad movie about drummers the other day.
How bad was it?
Well, I was worried about really, catching the ongoing disease. I could feel it in the air tonight. But no, seriously, it was fine.
Kate?
I saw a really bad movie about drummers the other day.
How bad was it?
I didn't get it. Too much symbolism.
Lucas, you were next, but unfortunately you're trapped in the box.
Oh. No, there will be repercussions.
Extra point to the blue team.
You son of a gun.
Okay, your suggestion is running shoes.
I saw a really bad movie about the running shoes the other day.
How bad was it?
I really didn't like the movie Trainer.
We'll let you have that.
Rob? Trailer, doesn't it?
I saw a really bad movie about running shoes the other day.
How bad was it?
As I walked out, I shouted, "Take a Nike!"
Kate?
I saw a really bad movie about running shoes the other day.
How bad was it?
I left. I sneakered off to another movie.
Ooh. Sean, you're trapped in the box. We're going to keep this going. There
will be repercussion.
Point off the red team.
I think that's the way to do it.
Shakespeare.
I saw a really bad movie about Shakespeare the other day.
How bad was it?
I mean, you know, putting a script together, it can't be that bad.
Yeah, that's a classic. Kate?
I saw a really good movie about Shakespeare the other day.
How bad was it?
I love Anne Hathaway, so anything she's in, I'm cool with.
Lucas?
I saw a really bad movie about Shakespeare the other day.
How bad was it?
Well, it was so bad, no wonder the cinema was empty for the 12th night running.
And we'll finish on that. That's a lovely bit of punnery. Okie doke. Let's go to Felix, the man who has all the logic that I don't possess, to find out what the scores are with all of that in mind.
Well, the red team walked forward 5 times, giving them 13 points. The blue team walked forwards 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So the blue team.
Blue team winners, well done, blue team. And take us out, Felix. Thanks for watching. This was the Wacky Wednesday show. I have been your ref, John Cooper. Take it away, Felix.
Thank y'all for joining us for this amazing ending, which looks great online and is not rubbish at all. Today you've seen Captain Lucas Kirkby. The man with a shamrock behind his ear, it's Rob Hudson. She's got the gift of the gab, it's Kate McCabe. And your captain today, he himself is Guinness. Really, he is, it's Sean Mason. Our ref today has been John Cooper. We really hope that you'll join us live to see this ending where you can actually see their legs on the way out.
Live at the end of the month.
And that's live at the end of the month. Otherwise, have a jolly good evening, top of the morning for time.